Right, David, how are you?
I'm very well, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks, mate. Typical, isn't it, of all the fighters to get COVID, it's your opponent.
I mean, how unfortunate. Yeah, man, we heard the news yesterday, I wasn't pleased. They said I was going to retest him. And then the second test came back positive again, so thanks be to God, you know, they scrummaged around and they found somebody for me, so yeah.
Yeah, that's right. So that's the latest as we speak to you now, that you've got another opponent who's stepped in.
Yeah.
Brave man.
Yeah, brave man, got to give him credit for that. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, thank God he did as well, last minute. So
yeah, because you've been waiting for that other fight. It seems like it's been on, it's been off, it's been on, and it's been off, and for it to be off again would be a bit devastating.
Tragic, you know. We initially was ready 4 weeks ago, because we thought we'd be fighting in February, so you know, we kind of tailored the camp to finish in February, then it kind of got moved to mid-March, and then it got moved again till the end of March. So to hear that kind of news yesterday, it was like, oh, you know, things kept on going on, but you know, thanks to the matchmakers, Nathan Gorman and whatnot, they managed to get somebody else.
So for you, is it? I think I know how you're going to answer this, but for you, if you're training for one fighter and then another one steps in, is that going to be a problem for you?
No, I mean, it's still a human being with two hands. You know, if I was training for someone with two hands and someone with three hands came in, I'll be a bit worried, but it's still going to be the same thing. So
would I. I'd definitely do big numbers.
You know what I mean? Exactly.
Only first 300.
Exactly.
So yeah, I mean, I know you've sort of been, yeah, like you say, you've been ready since February. So I mean, you're pretty much ready to go now.
Oh yeah, ready to rock and roll. Showcase my skills on BT Sports. You know, I've got a platform to do it on. So like my coaches told me, just go out there and enjoy it. You've got to remember to have fun.
Yeah, and it's you do. You know, I wouldn't say you have fun when you do it, but certainly afterwards and before. I mean, you're a very good talker. You've got a great sense of humour. It's almost, I say this to a lot of boxers, but it's almost like you're a different person in there.
Yeah, definitely. You know, when you go in there, it's me or them, and I'm ready to go into deep waters, and just to kind of get it my way. So yeah, it's just about showing other people that, you know, I see what I do. My coaches see what I do in the gym. I know what I do in the gym. It's just about, you know, showcasing it on fight night. And
there's another name on the bill this weekend, and two of you have been sharing pleasantries over the last few weeks.
Yeah. Who's that?
Nathan Gorman.
Oh yeah, I just waited for you to say the name. Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen him in the hotel. You know, I don't blame him. We found out I was in the hotel and I haven't seen him since. I mean, I'm walking around and whatnot, but I don't know what he's been doing. So.
Well, we spoke to Nathan earlier, and we sort of mentioned this because it has, you know, there's been a little bit of to and fro him, and he called him fat boy and a couple of other things, but yeah, I mean, he basically was saying, well, I'll fight him, but at the moment he's only had 4 or 5 fights. Let's come back to me in a year's time. So
year's time? Wow, he's got some nerve, innit? Nah, a year's time, he wouldn't want to be fighting me. He should be fighting me now. You know, I would have taken him tomorrow. You know, if his opponent tested positive as well as mine, and they said, look, we ain't got nobody, just you two, I'd have been like, give me that fight now, and I'll take it. You know, but look, he doesn't want the fight. I mean,
but do you, again, I think I know what you're going to say, but does he have a point that you know, you look in fantastic shape, we know you can bang, but you know, you haven't got those rounds under your belt, you haven't got the same experience.
No, he does. He is coming from a, definitely, what you're saying is truthful. Like, these guys had 4 fights. I mean, for him, he's like, why would I risk it? He doesn't want to get knocked out with someone that's had 4 fights. So he's obviously looking at it as, look, waiting for him to get more experience and fight me. But, you know, it is what it is. He doesn't want to see me in a hotel. He doesn't want to do no interviews with me. I don't think he can stand me, to be fair. But that's a him problem. That's a him problem.
When the other side of the coin was, he said, you know, I fight him and I beat him, people are just going to say, oh, you've just beaten some bloke who's only had 4 fights.
But that's not going to happen, though. Do you know what I mean? See, this is why I wish Nathan was here right now, so I could put him in his place. You know, he can say what he wants to say and whatnot, but it's all irrelevant, isn't it?
Yeah, you know I think there would be appetite for that fight. I think there definitely would be, but maybe it's better to build it a little bit, keep going. And we all know that the social media stuff, you know, is, well, a lot of it anyway, is just, you know, you're trying to hype things up a bit. But I genuinely think you believe that you would...
No doubt. No, I genuinely believe I'd knock Nathan Gorman out. Yeah, definitely.
And not only that, I mean, I've spoke to you before, and you're basically not really, there's no one you wouldn't fight, is there?
No, there's no one I wouldn't fight. You know, I leave that for my coaches and, you know, my management. When it comes down to being the fighter, I'm always going to say yes. You know, so sometimes this is why we have managers and advisors, because boxers don't always make the best decisions. So I just leave it to the people that deal with that, and they go from there.
Yeah, I guess, you know, it's a similar, you're on a similar trajectory to Daniel Dubois was, you know. And,
Yeah, definitely.
A guy you know very well, obviously, sparred with him. And yeah, just gradually build you up, get your name known, which you definitely are now, and then the bigger fights will come.
Then the bigger fights will come, and, you know, like these fights, like such as the Nathan Gormans and whatnot, you know, they will show up, they will appear. Just got to keep doing what I'm doing. I mean, like you said, look, we're both under the same banner. So, I mean, it shouldn't be hard to make, you know what I mean? And hopefully get to do a sit-down together soon, so I can hear what he has to say.
That'd be great. I'm sure we could try and arrange that after this weekend. But in the meantime, you've got a job to do this weekend. Tell us what's happening. Why should people tune in?
No, just go on. You're going to see me showcasing my skills, letting my hands go. And like you said, I'm a big banger. You know, once I hit them, they all feel it. So it's just about how long they stay up for. And you know, look, like I said, I box as well. The aim's not to knock everybody out. It's good to knock everybody out. But, you know, as long as you always come up with a W, that's the main thing.
Yeah, and again, it's another cliche. I'm sure you've heard it 100 times. But if I was coming back to you and speaking to you in a year or so's time, how far up that ladder would you like to be?
I think I would have beaten a lot of people. I mean, in a year's time from now, I think I would have beaten a lot of people that people ranked, you know, like way above me and whatnot. And a year's time from now, I think I'll be looking at, you know, maybe the international scene, God willing.
Well, they said it about Wayne Rooney a few years ago. Remember the name Wayne Rooney.
Yeah.
So maybe
remember the name, David Adeleye. Exactly.